Hello guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to D3 Scale. Hope you're all doing good. So I'm just going to show you in this video how I paint the lettering on the tyres to get a reasonably smooth effect. I know there was a bit of interest on Instagram about how to achieve this without it going on too thick and looking like you've painted it on. So very simple process. The work, half the work is done for you because the letters are embossed into the tyre. So this is a good thing. This is going to help us. So let me get set up a little bit and I'll show you what we're going to use and how we achieve that effect. These are obviously 1/12 scale wheels, so it's going to make the job a little bit easier. But let's get set up and we'll show you how I'm doing it. Okay, so pretty simple. We've got Tamiya X2 white, the X20A thinner. I will apply it with my trusty knackered old 00 brush, Winsor & Newton, and then to put the thinner in I use a size 0. Not that that's important, but there you go. So I've already stirred the paint up good and proper, and what I'm going to do is mix it 50-50, roughly, give or take. Oh, that's done it. That's roughly 50% paint, 50% thinner, and it sends it sort of like skim milk. So it's not too runny, but it does run, and that is the important thing. It runs, because I also use my Pocan magnifiers. Much of my work that I do is through magnifiers. Yes, you look an idiot. I look an idiot anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Right, I've got to look through magnifiers and try and keep this in focus, etc. So bear with me. So I'm not trying to paint. I'm not trying to paint the paint on, if that makes any sense whatsoever. You see, what I'm going to do, load up the brush, and then choose a widest area, because I've just loaded up the brush, and just dab it on. And I'm not painting it, I'm just sort of pushing it. I'm pushing the paint to where I want it. And once your brush is a bit lighter on paint, you can go into the thinner areas and just push the watered down paint into the areas that you want it. Bit thick there, so you push it in. This is really difficult to do on camera and through my goggles. You can see, load it up, choose a wide area, because most of your paint's going to come off in the first sort of application. But I'm not using brush strokes per se. I'm manipulating the paint. It's more placing it. You're actually placing it where you want it to go. Now, you're not going to get it done in one coat. If you think you're just going to do one coat and that's it, forget it. Not happening. Not happening at all. You leave it to dry. Not much on there, but you leave it to dry and then go back to it, and it might take 3 or 4 coats. But it will dry nice and smooth. You haven't got, because the paint's so thin, you haven't got the brush marks going through it, and you're just placing it where you want it, and it runs to where you want it. So, I mean, obviously with tyres, without the embossing in there, you better have a good steady hand if you're going to try and paint this lettering on there. But for the stuff that has got it, the wheels that has got it, it's a good method. And I think when it's done, it looks just as good as tyre decals. So, and because we're not painting it, when it comes to the things like the logo, this is tricky, but you can see in the logo, oh, let me just load up the screen again so I can see what I'm showing you. There we go. So in the logo area, you can see there's different sections, and again, I'm trying to look through my specs again. I'm just going to place it in. And if you've got too much on your brush, I always have a bit of kitchen roll next to me and just dab the end of the paintbrush on there to wick some away. I'd rather wick some onto some kitchen roll or toilet paper or whatever than have it wicking all over my model. Again, you're just dabbing it on there, and by placing it on, you can be accurate. Not that of what I've just done is accurate at all, but as I say, it's a bit difficult. Trying to show you and concentrate on it at the same time. What you will find is that will dry as well. That will dry very quickly, and your paint will dry on your end of your brush, which is what's been happening there. And you do have to keep refreshing it, dropping a bit more thinner into your paint, get it nice and liquid again. And go again. But that is basically it. It may take a bit of practice, or you know, but cleaning up is always very easy as well. Just leave it dry and you can scrape off any excess with a little blade or something like that. So if you do go outside the lines and you do cock it up a bit, it doesn't matter, you can just tidy it back up. It's not the end of the world. But the secret to it is just getting that paint to run. It's just starting to dry a little bit now, but getting that paint to just run into the areas. We've got the raised bits here, so it's just filling in the gaps with paint. It's easy. When it dries after 3 or 4 layers, you get it like that. Smaller front ones there. And the effect is pretty good. Pretty good. And it can be done on 1/20th as well. That's a 1/20th front wheel from a Williams FW07. It's a nice thin paint, not too thin because it will just go everywhere, but nice thin paint. Steady hand, bit of patience, and away you go. I hope that has helped those who are interested in it. I hope that's showing you the way. It's very, very simple, very, very basic stuff, but it does provide, I think, a reasonable result. So as ever guys, thanks for watching. I hope that's entertained you for a bit, and I'll see you in the next one.